In this video, we will go over some of the most frequently asked questions about the special education process. How do I know if my child needs a special program? If your child has a demonstrated significant learning difficulty which prevents functioning effectively in a general school program with special assistance, then your child might benefit from special education services. There are other supports within the general education program that can assist students who are not in the special education program. If I have a child with disabilities, at what age do I notify the district that my child may need a special program? A child with intensive needs may be eligible at birth. Notify the special education department by calling 916-971-7525. If my child has special problems that I am concerned about, where do I first seek help? Contact your local school principal and they will connect you with the school psychologist who can assist you with the process. If your child is not yet attending school, call the special education department at 916-971-7525. When would a referral for special education be appropriate? In most cases, after the resources of the general education program have been considered and, where appropriate, utilized without success. Students with significant physical or developmental disabilities may be referred directly to a state regional center or their child's medical team. How will I know if my child is eligible for special education services? A child's eligibility is determined by the Individualized Education Program, or the IEP team, following an assessment. A parent is an important part of the IEP team. Who determines my child's special education needs? The IEP team, of which you are a member, will determine your child's needs. Will my child participate in regular school programs? Yes. A goal of special education is to include students with special needs in the general program as much as possible. This is called mainstreaming or inclusion. How long will my child receive special education? Annual evaluations and IEP meetings will be conducted to determine your child's need for special education. Some students exit the special education program when they meet their goals, and others receive special education supports through their entire schooling. If I am not happy with my child's present progress in school, whom do I contact? If I still do not feel the situation has been satisfactorily resolved, who do I talk to? First, contact your child's teacher and/or the principal. If you need further information, contact your special education program specialist at the special education department at 916-971-7525. If I'm not happy with my child's special education placement, what can I do? First, contact your child's special education teacher. If you need additional help, you may request a review by the IEP team to consider your concerns, conduct needed assessments, and, if appropriate, modify your child's IEP. What if my child's physical impairment or health problem causes him to miss school regularly? Your child's teacher, the principal, and a school nurse working with the special education program will work with you to plan an appropriate program. If there is an extended absence, home instructors are available. Under what circumstances will my child receive special transportation? Special arrangements will be made if the IEP team determines that age, disability, or distance prevents your child from walking or public transportation. What if my child needs to be given medication at school? Medication can be given by the school office personnel with written medical authorization from a physician and you. A medication authorization release form must be on file in the school office. If I feel my child needs special counseling, what can I do? Contact your child's teacher, principal, or the district's counseling center at 916-971-7640 for information. What kind of vocational skills or life skills training can my child receive? Special education vocational training classes are held at the high school level and include career exploration, practical experience, and on-the-job training. Is there a preschool program available? Yes, there are programs available for infant stimulation, mobility training, students who are severely disabled, hearing impaired, speech impaired, and students who are visually impaired. Contact the Special Education Department for details at 916-971-7525. Must parents pay for special education services? No, though many parents seek services beyond the special education program, which they may pay for, all special education and related services are provided at public expense, under public supervision and direction, and without charge. However, the Education Code allows a district to seek reimbursement for the cost of related services from the parent's insurance company. If I want to visit my child's school program or classes, or want a conference, what procedure do I follow? Call your school's principal to arrange a convenient time for both you and the teacher. Will my child receive a report card? Your child will receive a progress report card, or you will be invited to a parent-teacher conference. You will also receive updates on how your child is progressing toward meeting the annual goals specified in the IEP. English is not my child's first language. Will they receive services from someone who speaks our language? The IEP team will address specific language needs and have linguistically appropriate goals in the IEP, which may not necessarily be in their native language. Support from EL service providers may also be provided. Who do I contact if I want to do volunteer work for special education? Get in touch with the principal or special education teacher at your local school. All volunteers go through our district fingerprinting process if they want to volunteer on an ongoing basis. Are students who reside outside of the San Juan Unified School District boundaries eligible for special education services in the San Juan Unified School District? Students who reside in another district outside the San Juan Unified boundaries are guaranteed special education programs in their district of residence. Special education is guaranteed only to students in the district who reside within the boundaries of the district. There are occasions when students from other districts receive service in San Juan Unified, but that decision involves a special agreement between districts when a specific program does not exist within a district. I live in San Juan Unified, but my student attends a charter school or private school. Can he or she access special education services? Yes, students in charter schools who are eligible for special education receive those services at the charter school. Students who are identified as having disabilities and enrolled in private schools by their parents receive a proportional share of services or supports determined by each district. This can be in the form of an individual service plan, not an IEP. What transition services are available for children with special needs? Beginning not later than the first IEP to be in effect when the child turns 16, the IEP will include appropriate post-secondary goals based upon age-appropriate transition assessments and the transition services needed to assist the child in reaching those goals. Transition goals will relate to training, education, employment, and independent living skills, as appropriate.